Following presentation is a market potential analysis for Nutrishake, who are considering entering the Latin American market through Chile. The product Nutrishake is a meal replacement formula used to address the issue of obesity in Chile. It's a customized formula made using Andean cereals, developed in collaboration between Australian and Chilean scientists. Currently, Nutrishake is sold in 500-gram bags, then when combined with water or milk becomes a nutritious liquid meal replacement. The company is also set up as a social enterprise, with some profits used to fund food education programs throughout Chile. Chile is a very large country on the left coast of South America. The capital is Santiago. The population is 17.6 million in 2013, with a population growth of 0.8% annually. The unemployment rate in Chile is around 5 to 6%, and the total GDP is 277 billion US dollars. Chile grows at a rate of 4.1% per year. And as we can see on the graph on the map on the left-hand side, the country is a tier 2 risk, which means it's low or level risk country. Chile has a relatively stable political environment compared to the rest of the region. Its startup and innovation policy is very welcoming. An example of this is Startup Chile, a program which attracts foreign businesses to come and set up in Chile and gives them 40,000 US dollars and a 1-year visa to try and get off the ground. All that the Chilean government seeks in return is an increased profile for entrepreneurship in the country, so this can include speaking at events and mentoring local entrepreneurs. New President Michelle Bachelet has recently increased the taxes though for corporations to get them up to the OECD averages. This means that it's slightly less attractive for business to operate in Chile, and nevertheless, the rates are still very low compared to the US and many other nations around the world. Chile recently also joined the TPP, but is yet to ratify, like again many of the nations. Chile has recently eased its bankruptcy laws, making it easier for businesses who have gone bankrupt to re-enter the market. Compared to Brazil and Argentina, its collateral and bankruptcy laws are designed to facilitate access to credit, as you can see in the graph in the bottom right-hand corner. One of the things you need to consider, though, is the 8% sugar tax on beverages. In July 2016, Chile's economy is very strong and has a very favourable environment for doing business. Currently, it ranks 48th in the world for ease of doing business, which is shown to the graph on the right. Chile is Latin America's fastest growing economy and has the second lowest tax burden of all the OECD countries. Currently, it has the highest credit rating in Latin America and also the lowest yields on any government debt. According to the UNICEF Global Nutrition Report of this year, Chile has an overweight or obese population of 63.1%, which is exactly the problem that Nutrishake wants to tackle. Currently, the Chilean government is trying to address this problem through public policy. One such example is the aforementioned 8% sugar tax. Chile has a growing presence of female consumers in the health and wellness market, which is due to their increase in the workplace, which generates an increase in disposable income. Some of the environmental risks to consider. Chile has had a significant environmental mishap in Santiago last year, where an official environmental emergency was declared as a result of the air pollution. This obviously had a very negative impact because it forced many businesses to close down, many vehicles off the road. It was quite disastrous for many industries in Santiago. Chile does, however, have many environmental education programs, and there is a government information exchange between the EPA and various mining groups which promote healthy environmental practices. Although natural resource depletion is a big issue of concern, farming and agriculture sectors remain very prosperous.
In order to successfully penetrate the nutrition market in Chile, it's imperative to look at the industry and analyse the particular trends and potential competitors, which will provide competitive intelligence, indicating potential opportunities and threats. Health and well-being is a fast-growing industry in South America. This is likely due to the increase in Latin Americans' disposable income, with an average wage increase of 5% since 2008. There's already a demand for nutrition-based products, in particular ones from the sports nutrition industry. Sports nutrition has seen a notable growth rate in the market, with the current value for sports sales nutrition increasing by 11% in 2016, which is unlike many packaged foods and other consumer packaged goods. Therefore, the prospect of growth is stable, which is a major draw for investors. The majority of sales comes from the sales of protein powder in particular. Pharmacists and practitioners advocate this increase of protein as a super nutrient due to a growing urgency surrounding health. Currently, a small customer base that are frequent users are the ones that make up the main customer base. However, there is a strong potential to grow and reach a wider audience with an effective marketing strategy. Currently, the market leader is Nutriline, the sports nutrition industry. Euromonitor says they have a retail share of about 62% in the year of 2015. Nutriline was established in 2003 and is devoted to facilitating the development of the category of sports nutrition and wellness to its customers. They have a high focus on research and development of their products for niche markets that require modifications of the formula. It will be difficult for NutriShake to enter a marketplace and will need a competitive advantage in order to thrive in this industry. In order to develop this competitive advantage, they need to look at industry trends. Consumers in South America who use these sorts of products are usually addressing health concerns. The demographic mostly targeted in this is the senior population who seek these certain products to address their health needs and issues. Therefore, our opportunity is to target a younger demographic. In Chile, the younger demographic is unhealthy and leads to top 5 nations in terms of childhood obesity. Furthermore, as mentioned earlier, female consumers have found themselves with a more disposable income due to their increasing presence in the workforce. They're now willing to pay higher prices for higher quality products and therefore should also be targeted in this marketing strategy. Our recommendations for NutriShake are as follows. NutriShake should feel confident setting up operations in Chile as they can apply as part of Startup Chile project as a non-local member, enabling the funding. This funding will allow flexibility and can be used to establish frontline operations, production, and marketing of the NutriShake. Chile is a favourable country to establish NutriShake in the marketplace, provides great cost and productivity advantages according to Porter's clusters theory. It's also recommended that it remains free of sweeteners in order to avoid the sugar-sweetened beverage tax of 8%. It's also recommended that we have a local business advisor with high knowledge of Chilean regulatory and legal systems, as well as of the language. Chile as a base for operations and marketplace provides the opportunity for access to the raw materials in the Andean cereals, access to skipping channels, low labour costs, and a market which is in need of a nutritional shake of this kind. We suggest retaining full control of operations, so licensing and franchising would be off the cards. This will be particularly relevant in the initial phase where we need full control in order to get rid of any kinks for the product. Startup Chile will be a great resource to overcome the need to form a strategic alliance with a global firm. Based on our evaluation in this report, Chile has been found to be a suitable market to enter and home the NutriShake. Startup Chile initiatives again provide the initial seed funding, which will be massive help for NutriShake. The proximity to raw materials necessary for production and low labour costs are also factors which strongly contribute to this. Thank you for your time.